Ms. Koscavage, this is for you first now. What will you do if elected to foster a positive relationship with the township officers and trustees, and what approach will you take to resolve disagreements when they arise?
I think bringing my professionalism and my ability to discern and also the respect that I have for individuals. Everyone has a problem, everyone has a situation that we're unaware of. So consequently, when you're dealing with the public, you need to take that into consideration and treat them with dignity and respect. And that's how I would approach it.
Ms. Jennings, what will you do if elected to foster a positive relationship with the township officers and trustees, and what approach will you take to resolve disagreements when they arise?
The positions I work with currently are with children, and I would hate to say that I would have to take that type of level with the board members and the commissioner and the road district, but sometimes I think maybe you do. But I would do it with respect, obviously, and I would hopefully get to know them, to know what I need to, what angle I need to go, just like with the children I deal with. I mean, some children are very, grown up, even though they're maybe only 5, but you have the 10-year-old you have to treat like 2-year-olds. So I would hopefully get to know them well and, work that angle, figure out what angle I need to work with them. And hopefully I would do it with respect. Thank you.
Ms. Jennings, this is for you again. What qualifications do you have that make you the most qualified candidate for the position?
Well, as I said earlier, I have done a lot of note-taking as far as legal matters that we've had to deal with and financial matters that I've done with. I do have a lot of financial experience, and I think that would be greatly needed for this position. I know that it's accurate note-taking, and as I said, we had to have accurate notes so we could go back in our accounts. So I am very accurate and detail-oriented person, and I think that's what we need for the job. Thank you.
Ms. Koscavage, on the same question, what qualifications do you have that make you the most qualified candidate for the position?
Well, first I would like to say that my note-taking skills probably started back in college when all my peers came to me. I have a BA and it's a cum laude degree, so my peers enjoyed coming to me to copy my notes. So after that, I worked for the Vice President of Finance, and in that capacity, again, as I stated before, I took boardroom minutes with a great deal of accuracy. As well as taking the minutes, I needed to be respectful to the committee and also to remain quiet. So during minute-taking times, it was necessary to be impartial and to respect those that were in the room, take accurate notes, be able to document them as I took the notes, and not only be able to document them, but also be able to retrieve them when I was called upon to retrieve those notes. And my, okay, thank you. No, you got another minute. Also, in my current role as, sorry, my eyes just went. In my current role, again, I do a lot of very confidential work, so I would see that as being an essential part of this role as well, being able to preserve the integrity, be able to bring forth professionalism, and to just be able to document things as is and not speak when I'm not needed to speak. Thank you.
What improvements would you make in the clerk's office to improve constituent access to township records?
I'd like to see a more updated computer system. Unfortunately, it's quite outdated. And also, I'd like to see more of the records on a timely fashion be posted on the website. So those are the two areas where I see a great need. As far as everything else is concerned, I think with a new incoming staff, it will eliminate some of the dissension that's been there before. So I look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing everyone get along together. It's just been unfortunate in the past that there has been dissension. So I really hope that can take place with this administration. Thank you.
Ms. Jennings, what improvements would you make in the clerk's office to improve constituent access to township records?
I would love to see, I know that the minutes are posted online currently. I would love to make them a little bit easier to find. I'm not saying that they're hard to find, but make sure that they are online. I would also like to have meetings taped like this meeting. I know that we have a lot of elderly people in our township that can't get to the meetings, or they get the day wrong, because I know there's a day that I was at the meeting that was after the township meetings in Springfield, and the gentleman came to the meeting that was a week later because of that. So I would like to see them online, and yes, they probably need new computers, and I think that would help the township as a whole. Thank you.
Basically, that was it for everything that was submitted by way of email prior to tonight's meeting. This is something that was written and handed to us, and someone would like to ask. For the challengers, will you have any relatives work for you if you are elected?
I think that's me first. I would not have anyone work for me, but if my husband was elected, we would be working on the board together. I know that we talked about it. There's only very few times that would be an issue. Like we had just an instance that Jim Schlater moved up into the commissioner role after John Heisler stepped down, and they had to elect a new trustee. Happens to be the person behind the camera that I'm looking at. If the board members had had a tie, I would have had to vote. I know that I sometimes overanalyze things to a fault, but the reason I do that is to see if my gut feeling is right, and usually my gut feeling is right. So yes, there would be an issue. There could be an issue, but I don't think it would be a problem. Thank you.
Same question. Will you have any relatives work for you if you are elected?
No, I will not. Not a single one.
So at this time, that's it, the end of the questions that we have that have been submitted. So if both of you would like to do a closing statement as to why you should be elected as the clerk of Nunda Township, I would do so at this time. Go ahead, let's start. Ms. Jennings started first, and Ms. Patrick.
I really look forward to this position. I guess you would say I'm kind of a geek for note-taking. I just love it. I love taking notes. I'm still in love with the written word. I just see such value in accuracy. So you may call me old-fashioned in that respect. I still love to use the computer, but I still see such an importance with note-taking. So I really feel that you'd be making a wise choice. I don't feel that I have anything or anyone standing in the way of me doing this position. I've been also an election judge for the last 12 years. I removed myself from that position from this term on my own. I don't see any conflicts of interest of any sort. And above all, I just bring to you my professionalism, my dedication to the job at hand, and the ability and the skill sets that I've acquired over the years. So I leave it up to you so much.
I would have to say that the reason you should vote for me is very detail-oriented. I am great at taking notes. I'm very financial-minded, and I would love to have you vote for me. Now, I have to say, I think that either Angela or I would be great for the position, so hopefully, you gotta vote for one of us, so I would like you to vote for me. I know that Angela wants you to vote for her, so thank you very much for your time, and have a good evening. Hopefully, the rest of the candidates are more entertaining.